Good morning. I'm really ready this morning. I've been up since 4 and it is around 8. But I am up. God darn it. I am up. I got my cards with me. And I ended up taking some notes this morning for today's sermon. Hallelujah. No, I'm just kidding. Because I like wait till that morning and I think about what it is. Sometimes it's not even that I think about it. It's something just hits me and I just start thinking about certain stuff, like maybe revelations over the day or whatever. But this morning I ended up having a conversation with someone around 4 or 5 a.m. And the bottom line, I ended the conversation with this because they started to point out that, some of the negative things that was going on in the world or how they see it. And it's not that I disagree at all, but I just let that person know. Let the dead bury the dead, and you just move on with your work. And this kind of was a going theme in a way for me before I came on the trip, because I was hyper focused on the trip. I have no time to worry about what's happening in the news. I don't got any time to worry about, drama and chaos with the neighbors, friends, and family, because I'm laser focused on the trip. But then, yeah, not even just the trip, just what is to come. Here it is, it's June. The year is either 6 months full or 6 months empty. I see that it's 6 months full of things that, need to be addressed or taken care of, plans that need to be completed, especially if you did a vision board this year, and you had some vision for your life, or just in general. You usually start the year with things you want to complete. So if this is the case, you got 6 months to go, baby. Go through your checklist. Go through your checklist and figure out what is it that you haven't done. Do you still want to do it? Is it time to make a pivot, time to make a change? Or some of those projects you thought were important, just not important? But then make sure you know why. You're not just quitting, but why aren't those projects important anymore? I want some more light. So, okay, there. Why aren't those projects important anymore? Because you don't want to just quit. But is there a reason? Maybe some type of revelation has changed, but you wrote these things out at the end of the year, last year, 2022. This is what I want to do in 2023. Go through the list. Time to check it out. Now, as my friend was talking, and we had a really good discussion, and we hadn't talked in a while. I literally said that, and he said, "You, that's what you really think?" I said, "Yeah, we got to get to that point. Let the dead bury the dead." And he said, "Well, that's always been my mindset." I'm gonna also just take a little break to show you these. Oh man, the line was filled with birds. So busy. If I catch them again, I'll flip it around and let you know. But that other room, that's actually a room for birds. They're so cute and cool. They're busy in there and they got like babies and eggs and stuff like that. But back to the subject. Um, yeah, let the dead bury the dead. That's a quote from the Bible, but people are spiritually dead. So why are you like wasting your time arguing with them about racism and, you know, politics? Let's see another one. Gender issues. That's a special one for me because I really feel like if you know you got a male and female, divine, masculine and feminine all inside your body, plus the fact that when you die, you are a spiritual body. It's not a man or a woman. But then too, if you believe in past lives like I do, you know that you've been a man a bunch of times maybe, or a woman a bunch of times. And so you have these things inside you where you don't have to start arguing with people over, pronouns and stuff like that. That is pointless. If you leave this earthly body, the biggest thing you are isn't going to be your gender. The biggest thing you are is going to be a divine spiritual being, source, expressing itself. So why am I fighting over my identity here? Why am I fighting over my identity on this planet when I'm a quantum human being that's been a star, that's been a planet, that's been, even the fact that people say, "Oh, I'm an Andromedan," but was that the only thing you ever were? Because were you an Andromedan and a Pleiadian, and maybe you've been many things, many things. You're not always the same thing over and over again. So, any of these identities that we can get attached to. So, any of these identities that we can get attached to, that's really dead once you leave this place. It's cool now, but then when you realize those things are dead when you leave this place and you become one with Source again, you really kind of got to release all the, you know, all the excitement and drama about I am this, I am a lawyer, I am a doctor. Identity is where people get caught up and fail. Identity is where people lose it because they're so attached to it that it actually destroys them. Why do you think when people lose their jobs and they got these, they're millionaires or they're doctors and they lose their license or they become, bankrupt, they lose their shit and they commit suicide because they're attached to the identity of who they are. They're attached to the status. So all these things we can, say, I am. What's the most important I am that you got? I am. I'm not even gonna say any of these things because I don't wanna call that into my being. So what is it that you are? I am a part of Source. I am Source expressing itself. I am an infinite being connected to the infinite intelligence. And I am divine. I am that I am, and I am God. And I am grateful. And I am excited, and I am living the best life I can live. I am connecting to those who do the same. So, what is your identity? This living spiritual being that doesn't fight with zombies. And I'm going to let this part go, and I'm going to do a part 2 of this real quick.